Pope Leo is concluding his trip to Turkey, where he's offered another olive branch across a sectarian and, for his hosts, political frontier. After earlier meetings with Muslim clerics and the patriarch of Orthodox Christianity, the American-born pontiff visited the Armenian Apostolic Cathedral in Istanbul. With some 50,000 members, it's the largest Christian community in Turkey, but it's also a source of political friction. Many countries, including Germany, call the World War I-era mass killings of Armenians by Ottoman Turks a genocide. Leo's predecessor, the late Pope Francis, also described it that way, upsetting Turkish authorities who reject that term. And Pope Leo did not mention genocide, but he offered words of encouragement for the Armenian people and of fellowship between the two churches.
This visit provides me with the opportunity to thank God for the courageous Christian witness of the Armenian people throughout history, often amid tragic circumstances. I would also like to express my deep gratitude to the Lord for the ever closer fraternal bonds uniting the Armenian Apostolic Church and the Catholic Church.
And for more, let's cross to Istanbul and bring in our correspondent, Dorian Jones. Dorian, how have the Pope's public appearances and the social outreach been received by the Turkish public?
Well, I think the Turkish public are very pleased with the messages that the Pope has given. The fact that he has chosen Turkey as the first country to visit since he has become Pope has also been welcomed. And also these messages of peace, particularly over the Gaza war, which is an extremely sensitive issue in Turkey. And those statements are also welcomed among many people in the country. But I think the particular focus will be among Turkey's tiny Christian minority, numbers of between 200 and 300,000 out of a population of nearly 90 million. The Pope coming to Turkey is incredibly important for them, a vindication of their existence, and also giving for many once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to participate in religious festivities and services. With the Pope has participated in a number of occasions in Istanbul, particularly as it coincides with one of the most holiest days for the Orthodox Christians, that of St. Andrew's Day today.
And how significant was the visit to Nicaea?
Well, that's very important. In fact, that is considered to be the reason why the Pope has come at this moment. The Nicaea is the location where the first gathering of Christians, where they hammered out 1700 years ago the fundamental foundations of the Christian faith. And I think this was an opportunity for the Pope to bring all of the various Christian denominations together, his message of unity, not only in the world, but also among Christians, particularly the Orthodox Christians, whose spiritual head lives here in Istanbul, ecumenical patriarch Bartholomew, who has held a series of meetings, including a lunch today, where there are efforts to bridge the differences between the churches with the ultimate goal of some possible unification. That is also a key message that the Pope wanted to deliver during his visit to Turkey.
And what about the Vatican's diplomatic priorities? What message does his Ankara meeting with President Erdogan send?
Well, I think it's also important symbolically, the Pope Leo's mission in terms of calling for unity, not only among Christians, but also among the world. His message of the dangers that the world is facing in terms of numerous conflicts, which he talks about the potential threat of a World War III. He also talked about the war in Ukraine and the question, and also the ongoing conflict in Gaza. And those messages were very well received by the Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, who he held meetings with, and they issued a joint statement. Erdogan called the comments by the Pope as very meaningful and very important, and particularly also his visit to the Blue Mosque here in Istanbul. He said that symbolically was very important too. So it's seen as a very powerful message that the Pope's meeting with Erdogan, who likes to position himself as one of the leading figures in the Muslim world.
All right, DW's correspondent Dorian Jones there in Istanbul. Dorian, thank you so much.